Oh, shit.
No. See, this is the type of thing I was saying. I went on Netflix one day. Now, this was, say, last year, right? But I still see it up there today. I swear to God, I went in, I was looking at the movies, and you know the way they've got loads of new stuff coming up. I swear to God, the theme was exactly the same for every single movie. They just changed the location. So one was a school, one was outside. Oh, wait, no, it was not. Right?
Look, superhero.
One was in a school, one was, say, I don't know, fucking name a country. One was in a country town, whatever, but it was the same theme. So-and-so breaks in, harms her children, not knowing she was a super assassin or a Green Beret or a Delta Force. Sweet. So it was that was the fucking, that was the narrative, that was the theme. It was some woman is actually a super killer, which is the fucking... She takes on a fella 3 times her size, knocks the bollocks out of him type of shit that we've been seeing in movie after movie after movie. There's nothing wrong with a movie about some combat vet of a woman or anything like that. But the problem is, every single one of these movies, the TV shows, they just assume the woman is perfect at everything. And the only fault she has is society and men keeping her down.
Yours should be coming soon, Jaxie. I'm surprised you haven't got it yet.
Jesus.
Yeah, Jaxie says, please mansplain to me about the patriarchy.
I will, Jaxie. All right. See, what it is it's derived from the ancient Greek term meaning pater, right?
Oh, he actually is going to mansplain to you. Holy shit.
I could do it. I actually got that wrong. It's not Greek term, it's Latin.
All right, let's see if this works.
Yeah. No, Millie Alcock, she's the new Supergirl. That's just come out.
Oh, and, is that the one that
all right, it's maybe easy. I'll pull it back.
In the House of Dragons as the young...
I'm not sure.
It's way back.
Whatever her name is.
I'm not sure.
Maybe.
To be honest, I only know her name because of the whole... I've been looking at the reviews. Not that I was going to watch Supergirl. I don't even watch Superman. But I was looking at to see how it would do. Apparently it's even worse than the Marvels in terms of the movies. And the Marvels fucking tank.
I don't know if I can believe that because they said The Flash was bad. I enjoyed that movie. I enjoyed it. Yeah, I thought it was really like the special effects weren't anything to write home about, but Batman in it with
Ben Affleck.
No, not Ben Affleck. OG Batman. Fucking.
Oh yeah, they had him go back in time or something, wasn't it?
Who?
Michael Keaton. Val Kilmer.
No, not Val Kilmer. Michael Keaton.
Right.
Having Michael Keaton in there. Have you watched The Flash?
No, I saw bits of it.
I tried watching it.
I kind of didn't mind it, like what I saw. You know, that awkward kid thing.
Yeah.
I mean, Spider-Man does it too, I suppose, but...
Yeah, Spider-Man does the awkward kid. I think they do it better. Sony always do a great job. No, The Flash, I started watching and I got about 10-15 minutes into it, and, you know, obviously it goes kind of slow-mo when he's running, but I did that like 5 times in the first few minutes.
Oh, Spider-Noir, sweet.
Jesus, I just gave up on it. Couldn't be arsed with it. And I liked The Flash. I liked the TV series, you know, was alright. It wasn't brilliant, but it was alright.
I like the OG series, like the OG.
Oh, OG, yeah.
80s.
Yeah.
Man, that was good.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Noir's great though, sweet, eh?
I've seen any of these shit.
Well, it was a whole DC universe. I mean, I used to watch Arrow to a certain extent. Now, that one, I think they must have gotten the complaint.
100%.
One thing that used to annoy me about that show was they'd be fighting, and he'd be fighting 8 people, you know, as superheroes do. But they weren't that good at choreography. So you had, in every fight scene, there was a couple of people who were just on the edges flipping.
Yeah.
And you could see that.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah, or like any fight scene, if you just take your focus off the main character and look at everybody else, completely ruins.
It's like they're waiting for their cue.
What is it? Northman. It was like this Viking movie had Nicole Kidman in it and whatnot.
With the Heart Me Too.
And it's, you know, this big belt, like they, you know, real tough looking freaking Vikings are
the going through
just like slow, you know, here. But then all the guys, like the bad guys in the background, they're just doing this. Or they're standing there waiting to get hit.
Yeah.
Not fight, but just...
That's right. It's just like, not good enough, yeah.
Ruined it.
Like the idea of everybody coming at you at one time, I think it was, I want to say Bruce Lee rather than Jackie Chan, who did it first. But whichever one it was specifically said to the directors, well, that's not how a real fight goes.
Yeah.
It's never just one person at a time.
Yeah.
And that's where that's where that style came in.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was very over exaggerated at first,
Guys, apologies.
but now it's more refined.
I'm just gonna have to try and do something for a sec.
Yeah,
It's better fighting skills, better choreography, better fighting styles in general.
Makes a big difference, doesn't it?
But no, I mean, yeah. So things like that annoyed me in the Arrow. The Flash, I used to enjoy as well. Thought it was, like for a TV show, it was fairly good. They could have done things better. But yeah, the movie, I never got behind.
Yeah.
I think I watched Justice League when it came out. Not the Zack Snyder cut, the 4.5 hour thing. I didn't do that because I couldn't stomach it.
Why is the focus so
despised the Justice. I watched it and I was like, this is fucking terrible. I like Ben.
I mean, like, Zack Snyder usually
Zack
Snyder usually does things a bit different enough to,
to be interesting.
To be, and more visually than anything. But yeah, I haven't actually seen it. But
No. Well,
usually I don't mind watching his stuff because it's like, it's a bit of a.
Oh yeah, Kano. We might do another correction.
I think he was sacked, and somebody else took over, and then the Zack Snyder cut came out later, which was the scenes he would have filmed or would have included, and it was like 4.5 or something.
I'm trying to get this focus fixed. Guys,
I didn't like it because it seemed like the whole movie they were just waiting for Superman to come back to life, and then as soon as he came back to life, they won.
Yeah.
Like there was no at no point did I feel like they were going to die. Superman is horrible. You never feel like he's going to lose. You never feel like he's on the brink.
So I think it Batman vs Superman or whatever the hell that one was. It kind of, I'm like, how is this going? Like, I went into it thinking this is just going to be horrendous.
Three Angels.
It became like more of a mental game. Than anything. I'm like, okay, well, they did all right because how else would you tackle that beast? Like,
That's right. It had potential. It had great potential. If they changed a few things, it could have been great.
Still,
right now, guys.
Not great, but.
Well, the one thing I thought they really did wrong in that one was in the trailer they had the Wonder Woman entrance. That whole
is
she with you? I thought she was with you.
Oh, that's a strong one.
It was like the best line in the whole movie. They put it in the trailer.
That was a big reveal. And they've already showed everybody.
They never should have showed her in that. That should have been a surprise. I don't think, I'm open to correction on this, but I don't think when Captain America Civil War came out, Spider-Man was in that.
I'm going to bring it up.
I don't think that was in the trailer.
Robert,
I could be wrong. I'm absolutely certain I could be wrong. But I don't think
I kind of like, I think that's why I gave up on all the Marvel things, because I could see bits and pieces where so-and-so was in that one and that one was in that one. But was that before that movie or after that movie? Like, oh fuck, I don't know what order to
unless you followed it. It was very easy to get. And then there was TV series where a couple of things happened, and there was at one point I forget what one it was. I forget what series it was, but it was like you watch the first 5 episodes, then the movie, and then the next.
Yeah,
it didn't work.
Which actually the whole Mandalorian thing, I accidentally nailed that. By pure fluke, because it was you watch a couple of Mando seasons, then you go to Boba Fett, and then back to that. I accidentally did it.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa. I'm so chuffed that I did it.
So Robert Armstrong says Robert Pattinson is the greatest Batman ever to grace our human minds.
Fuck off, Sparkles.
Is there a way to freaking, wipe somebody out of the chat?
Yeah.
Robert came back with, every Batman is too comfortable as Batman. Pattinson is a new Batman. He's still learning.
No. Adam West all the way.
Year 2. I think it was second year in the first Batman he did.
I
actually haven't watched them to know anything.
Well, he's only done one Batman movie as far as I know.
Ash says only Brits miss their shots, by the way.
I thought I told you to mute her. Right?
All right.
She's too young to be on TikTok.
Adam West is probably one of the gangsters of our time.
Well, look, right, there's a good debate. Out of the Batmans, all right. So you had Adam
before
West,
you get into it,
Kano
just says Whistler's Bottega is the Duck's nuts.
The Bodega.
The Duck's
You
nuts.
liked it?
Yeah.
I was
There's a lot of flavor in that. It was very sweet.
I wasn't a fan at first, and I thought I couldn't sit on this all night.
Yeah, then you
I
did.
sat on it all night, and then I started really enjoying it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an odd one. Yeah,
It is.
Glad you liked it.
Yeah.
Adam West had the best outfit.
Yeah. Well, that was the episode of The Big Bang Theory, wasn't it? When Adam West is in it. Because Christian Bale did the whole "I'm Batman." And they were,
Where's Harvey?
I never had to say I was Batman. I just showed up. People knew I was Batman.
The thing I didn't like about Robert Pattinson's Batman was he always rocked up too late, and so he was just like there with the cops.
Yeah,
really?
Just like sort of standing around,
yeah,
figuring out what the fuck's going on instead of actually in
the thick of it.
In the thick of it.
Yeah.
Or like he does get into the thick of it at some points, but most of the time he's just there with the cops.
Yeah, right. So I think Dark Knight was such a fucking pearl, such a masterpiece. That I think whatever came out next, was it Begins? No, what was it that came out after that?
It was Batman Begins, Dark Knight Rises. And then it was Ben Affleck.
Start watching the next one. It's like it couldn't hold a candle to Dark Knight.
Yeah.
So then I'm just like, no, I'm just not going any further with it because it's just gonna.
Well, see, this is.
Taint the rest
I think we were spoiled because Batman Begins, The Dark Knight in particular, and The Dark Knight Rises, the movies took a completely different tack, right?
Yeah.
So you go back to Adam West and you go back to the old movies. It was all over dramatic, and
you guys sort that shit out behind you too.
It was big. Blair.
Yeah.
It was a big. It was caricatures of all the characters. It was over the top. It was flamboyant, and that
Mr. Freeze and shit, Penguin and shit.
you know. But that bled into then the 90s with Val Kilmer, Keaton, and Clooney. It was over the top. It was a bit grandiose, kind of. Whereas it was much more psychological.
Yeah.
With Batman Begins
dark
and The Dark Knight. Dark Knight in particular.
And we've spoken about this before, like, movies hadn't reached that kind of level.
No.
Yet. It was still very,
it was still
here's your protagonist, here's your villain, blah, 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 blah.
Robert,
nothing had even laid a finger on that style of movie whatsoever. Yeah. So it was a beginning, I think, of not just that genre, but across the board.
Oh, a whole different slew of them, yeah. Well, I mean, if you take Batman Begins came out in 2005, Dark Knight came out in 2008. At the same time, Bourne Identity came out in 2005, and that's when the fighting styles changed.
Yeah, it was very,
you know what I mean?
Like,
it was all
moving cameras, very short cuts.
But it was proper. It just seemed so much more realistic than, say, the old James Bonds, or where.
Oh, it is Canada.
Or the old. I mean, there you go. Just stick with the Batman theme. The old theme where they would, hit, and it was pow and bam,
very
all that sort of thing.
Yeah, very comic strip stuff.
Yeah. And then the 90s ones, it was, there was a bit more fighting, but it wasn't the same. Batman Begins, he was, he's trained by Ra's al Ghul, and he's trained in that style of fighting where he's taking everybody on. That really worked.
Yeah.
Well, did you ever watch the Dark Knight cartoon
the smoke
trilogy?
and the bangs and
it was
the
really
bats and everything like that to really create that environment. And then they also had the settings. I mean, in
congratulations on your
what do you call it? The old town where they set off the gas in the middle of the city, the slums. I forget the name of the town, but that they set it up really well. It looked visually, it looked dark.
Yeah.
And that added to the complexity of the movie.
Tell us the secret.
So there was all of that, and then Dark Knight kept you guessing, and obviously Heath Ledger's performance was fucking
absolutely
phenomenal.
unmatched. Yeah,
unmatched indeed.
I mean, he is who everyone tries to recreate as the Joker now.
Absolutely,
yeah.
He is.
Jared Leto went for that. I mean, it was a bit more flamboyant when Jared Leto did.
Yeah.
Even
they tried to recreate it again, and it's just like
Joaquin Phoenix's one, very stylized,
that
wasn't bad.
That was
far
good.
as
That was
movies
very
go.
interesting.
Yeah,
the Euros.
again, full cycle. It wasn't bad guy, good guy fight. It was all here.
Psychological. Yeah.
I will tell.
Well, this is where I never watched the second Joker because I just refused to. Lady Gaga in it. Yeah, there was a second one. Lady Gaga was a musical. I said, no, I'm not doing that. But this is where my mother nailed it on that, because I actually went to see it with my mother, and she said they didn't make him evil enough. Which they didn't, actually. It was a lot more mental health oriented.
Yeah.
If they'd had made him just slightly more evil, it would have been... you know what I mean? Because
I think it shows that fall though. I think
does show the
evil
fall.
comes after that point.
It does.
Because I mean, you gets on that show and but what happens, but it's sort of like that slow decline to it. I think if you went too evil, it would have been too much on the nose.
Maybe, but I think she was right, because it was so focused on the mental health aspect that even at that scene where he becomes evil, he makes that transition, you kind of feel sorry for him. You can see,
well, that's it.
You know what I mean? You identify with him. You're like, he's been pushed to this.
Yeah, but that's what makes a good movie.
Yeah,
it's not like you're not. you're not out to show that he's a bad guy. It's to show that, you know, society and everything else around him has pushed him to that point. to a breaking point. So it's like, well, if he's evil to start with, it's like, okay, well, you're born evil, like you're always going to head down the road.
Be that one,
this is a normal person, to some degree, that's been given this hard time, that's hard, you know, this happened, and it just sent him down this, psychotic freaking path. So.
Two things from chat. First of all, Ash says Irish loves Guinness and blackcurrant juice because he's a Brit. And Robert
not invited anymore.
Robert said, major hot take, the only reason his role is so loved, Ledger, is because he passed and it's destroyed the idea of how the Joker can be played.
I don't know. I feel like it was a big change because the original Joker was all it was funny and it was flamboyant, and it was, whereas Ledger's one was darker. It was psychological.
And as I said, like The Dark Knight again, as a movie as its whole, was a whole new stepping stone in the world of cinema. But I think a huge part of that was his character.
Yeah.
Like, you know, no matter what happened to him, like that was such a different perspective on a character that's always been around. So it was completely different, but it was changed in such a weird, new psychotic kind of way that's never been seen before. It was like, it wasn't just he was out to be evil for the sake of being evil. He was trying to put a foot on the society's problems.
He was trying to prove
it was that's just, I mean, everybody,
how easy it is for society to fall apart.
And
under pressure.
Everybody that gives a shit in some way, shape or form, that isn't completely ignorant to the way society works and politics and all that kind of crap, can kind of relate with the things that he was doing and saying. It's like, you're making sense. You are totally making sense and can completely justify what you're doing. So it's sort of like, are you a bad guy?
And it's sort of like
that's the thing. That's what made it.
But
this whole era of justified bad guys.
Justified bad guys. The anti-hero. It was it was. It
wasn't just like I'm here to take over the world, or I want to destroy this, I want to do that. It
wasn't some big MacGuffin device that's going to turn everybody into rats or whatever.
But it's like, can't you see society's fucked up? That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Hey, actually, you're right.
But that's what he does. He goes around and he pushes buttons of everybody. He targets the mob, right? He's not going to take on Batman, but he targets the mob. And he walks into their meeting room and he's not afraid of them. He's not even remotely scared. And he has complete control. He burns the money when he gives it back to them. I don't care about the money. I'm just
about sending a message.
Exactly.
It's about sending a message.
And just to top it off again, the acting that he did. It is something you've never seen before, and he played it so freaking well. And again, if this guy was still alive, I don't think the opinions on that would change.
I think so. I think that the fact that he died probably did enhance everything because it was a story that went out. I can see that. I'm not disputing that. But I think his perperformance,
don't forget your treasure boxes,
was good enough. It was everything about it.
A classic, regardless.
Got a few things.
Swede was saying something.
Swede says thoughts that Marvel series with everyday people becoming superheroes. Help me out. For example, Luke Cage.
I didn't like them.
And I've seen enough of them.
I didn't like them. I tried them and I didn't enjoy them. I didn't like Luke Cage. I didn't like.
I'm feeling like crap.
Jessica Jones. I didn't like them. I liked Daredevil. Charlie Cox
Anastasia
as Daredevil was great. And John Bernthal as the Punisher was a perfect choice.
Bernthal as the Punisher. As short as he is, he's a great Punisher.
Is he short?
He's short.
Is he not? Really?
He's short, man.
I mean, I haven't seen it, but I've seen him. Like
Short King's no Short King.
Photos. I'm like, well, who else would you pick?
Well, he's well, this is right. Here's one for you. Now, I've
Jessica Jones was crud. I didn't even watch Jessica Jones.
Didn't like
I've never even heard of it.
Didn't enjoy it. It was part of the Defenders and Iron Fist. I didn't even watch Iron Fist
Who the
at all.
fuck's the Defenders?
They were loosely connected to Daredevil. So Daredevil series, he had series 1, he had series 2 where Punisher was introduced.
Big spoon, Jimmy.
Series 3 is right after there was a season of The Defenders, which brought him and 3 other people together.
Isn't Punisher like a standalone
He must
thing?
be the big
No,
spoon.
he came in Daredevil.
I'm a
And
short
then he
kid.
had his own after that. So he was introduced in Daredevil, then he had 2 seasons. And then there was also a final short movie, which I think they could have done a lot more.
Is it Punisher?
Yeah.
He's in the new Spider-Man, which is going to be awesome, I reckon.
Well, yeah, again, right?
Why did
this is
it?
why. This is why I'm
trailer.
suspect. Well, no, this is why I don't like this in the trailer. He should not have been in it.
Yeah, they shouldn't have shown him.
They shouldn't have shown him. They didn't show him in. They didn't show Charlie Cox in the trailer
I'm not sure about what
like
I'm
everybody
saying.
knew kind of that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield were going to be in that last Spider-Man movie because somebody had spotted them on set, but they were keeping that quiet. But they also had Charlie Cox as Daredevil because he's the lawyer. He comes in at one point and he catches the rock. Oh, that'd be wild. You know, that was. I was in the cinema, and as soon as he came in, everybody was like, "Hey!"
You're
They
really
loved
digging
it.
him, Ash. I can't do it.
Wait,
Robert says, hear me out. Marvel purchase John Wick franchise and make John Wick into Ghost Rider.
Potentially. Keanu Reeves.
Could Keanu do a Ghost Rider? I'm not sure.
I think he could.
I don't think anybody else could.
Irish, stop pretending. We all know Ireland is just Britain's Tasmania.
Ash, you're laughing now, but I'm going to remember this. When we go on the
you
road,
call
you're
us
going to
mean.
show up, you're going to be
He's
like,
being mean tonight.
oh, hey, Irish. I'm going to be like, get the fuck. Get out of here, all right? That's what I'm going to be like.
Hang on, AI is giving me something to say. Try saying something like, more people are joining. If you're new, drop a 1 for me. Sorry, AI just suggested that.
Yeah, okay. Anyway.
It does seem like a reach, Anastasia. I don't know if Keanu could do Ghost Rider.
I don't think any. I
think
think
Nick
if
Cage
I were to say, I mean, obviously, what was it, Nicolas Cage?
Nicolas Cage did it, yeah.
If we were to remake Ghost Rider, I could not think of anybody else.
Nicolas Cage would be great.
I mean, no, as Keanu.
Oh, it's Keanu.
Yeah.
I think Keanu could do it because Keanu's got skills. He's a fucking very good.
He's just got that vibe. I don't know.
I have to say, Keanu's acting is pretty fucking small. Like, he is...
Oh, like, he's not got a
monotone.
massive
Yeah,
range,
yeah.
but what he does is
That's what I mean.
very good. Like, you know.
Yeah, he
And
does
that
that
fits into Ghost
monotone,
Rider.
Yeah.
sort of
Yeah.
dead inside
But that's
guy.
just it. He's half dead. He's, it kind of works.
That's that. It was work for Ghost Rider.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's wild,
But no,
Robert,
but with John Bernthal, the reason why I think he was particularly good. So this goes back to something I said. I made a comment to my father years ago, and we were talking about MASH, and I said I really hate Frank Burns. Fucking jeez, he just does me fucking head in. Something like that. And my dad says, well, that's actually a mark of a good actor, because you're supposed to hate him. And I went, actually, yeah. All right, yeah, fair enough. Actually, yeah. Larry Linville did a great job because I fucking hate that character.
Yeah.
Tom
But
Holland
like
is a
old
good
mate from
Spider-Man,
Game
I
of
think.
Thrones,
He's a
got
good
hated
Spider-Man.
so much
Yeah.
that he had to quit acting
Cool,
and everything.
Yeah. But that was his job to be that hated character, right?
Yeah.
So John Bernthal, he played Shane in The Walking Dead.
Great character. Amazing
character,
character. With an amazing arc.
And again, he's like that sort of
Nicolas Cage's
jock would be the
Spider-Man
word.
was really
Yeah,
good. If you
yeah,
haven't
yeah.
seen
He's that
Spider-Man,
brass jock. He
Anastasia.
gets the women. He does all this antics, but you don't like him.
Yeah, see,
Played it
that's
so well.
what I call toxic masculinity.
Yeah, a little bit.
not the rest of
No, that's
everything
right.
like it claims on it. But
Yeah. But then he also did a part in Fury with Brad Pitt and that, where he's like that toothless Okie. And
Great character.
Oh,
there, too.
yeah,
Great
yeah.
character.
he reminded me so much of somebody that
Even Shia
I've worked
LaBeouf
with.
was a great character. I loved Shia LaBeouf.
Oh yeah, his character was great again.
Yeah.
Born again Christian type. That worked.
Yeah.
Worked so well. The movie was brilliant. It was very
Yeah,
well
yeah.
done.
The Rhyme.
But that's why I rate John Bernthal
It's
as a great
vastly
actor.
Yeah.
So when I seen him as the Punisher,
Again, it's sort of he's very limited on what he can play.
I don't know. I feel like I've seen
But-
him do a fair.
Oh,
bit.
it's got to be tough macho.
Oh yeah, he's generally the tough
yeah.
macho one. But I think I've seen him.
But obviously, when he does it, he does
I'll
it
ask in
well.
a second.
Well, I think I've seen him do like he's done like. I mean, he has a certain style. He has a certain swagger that maintains there. But I've seen
got a
him.
tough
Fucking
guy
brick
swag.
shithouse of a face, like
But he's
you
a
can't
tough
play
guy.
anything but
He's
tough.
a tough guy,
Yeah.
but I've seen him in a few different things. And take one scene in particular in The Punisher, where he's talking about how when he first came home and he's hugging his little girl, which is, you see people put up, I don't think they should, but they put up videos on YouTube, returning soldier sees his kids and all that. But the way he describes it, I'm actually like, do you know what? I could see that. I could see that happening. Coming home from war and you're hugging your little girl and she's crying and you're crying and blubbering away. I could see it on his face. I was like, actually, he's done that really well. I think.
In saying that, though,
know.
the two previous Punishers I think were better than him.
Do you?
The original Punisher movie and then Punisher Warzone, whoever that dude. Those two guys, great Punishers.
I think they did well. They actually weren't the original. There was one in 1989 as well.
Ah. Mm-hmm. There you go. Oh, that was the dude that says if he dies, he dies.
From Karate Kid?
No, from Rocky.
Rocky, that's right.
He plays Draco.
Oh, was that?
He's the guy that plays the old Punisher. Yeah, that's right. What's his name?
Fair enough. I can agree with you.
I know who you're talking about. The blonde mullet fella.
Yeah, that's right.
I've got to get these two things off before, because it's been a while since they've been waiting. Firstly, Ash says, I bet you secretly support England during the World Cup. Irish. And Anastasia says, am I the only one who thought he was way goofy in the Ghost Rider movies? Nicolas Cage, she's talking about.
He was.
It was a bit goofy, yeah. I think they could have done those movies better.
I think, they are 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
They fit in the time and place that they were made.
Yeah.
That you couldn't do that.
No, that's right.
Every Nicolas Cage movie I've seen, though, he's just amazing. Like, he's the kind of actor that actually becomes a character, whereas you have people like Jack Black. It's just Jack Black.
Yeah, that's just Jack Black.
The Rock. The Rock is just The Rock the whole time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I think Nicolas Cage is a bit more range.
Great. I don't think he
still has
made
a few
Ghost Rider, but...
No, but he still has a few quirks that are just purely Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
You know, where he's talking away and then he
suddenly emphasizes.
whatever he does.
What we call it's called Urushka.
But yeah, well, 2 points there. So the two Punisher movies, I can agree with you on the first one with John Travolta and all that. I thought that was done very well.
The best.
That was very well done. Warzone, I didn't enjoy as much.
It was just meant to be a fucking action pack.
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
It wasn't meant to be like a big story or anything. It was just, let's fuck some people up.
It was just a bit too much.
That being said, have a week off work and just watch it
all. Absolutely, yes. Well, you've definitely got to watch Daredevil and The Punisher. You've got to watch them in the correct order, of course.
Spider Noir as well, if you haven't seen it yet.
I've got. We'll have it sitting there. I haven't started yet.
You have to look up. There's a specific way you have to watch them, because there's a black and white version and a color version. There's a few episodes you need to watch in color.
Don't be racist.
And a few episodes you need to watch in black and white. The action ones where he's fighting, really good in color.
Yeah.
All the other stuff, dialogue stuff, black and white, the lighting is just amazing.
Okay.
So I actually watched it all in black and white. I was like, that's fucking amazing. And then I found out that there's actually a certain way to watch it.
Yeah.
Went back and watched it again. I was like, that's even better.
Okay, there you go.
So
give us the list.
Yeah.
And I'll do it.
John Travolta wasn't Punisher.
No, he was the bad guy in The Punisher.
Which one?
In the movie,
he was.
2004.
John Travolta was the bad guy in The Punisher. That's right.
Which again, he played quite well. What was the other point I was going to make there? Early 2000s, 90s movies. Yeah, it's like the Spider-Man. How the Spider-Man changed, right? You had Tobey Maguire, which was all very kind of lippy-duppy and a little bit too. It was just too nice. Andrew Garfield then was the smart
I hated Andrew Garfield. He was the worst because he was a smartass.
Yeah, he was a
That's
smartass.
not really...
But that's Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's meant to be a smartass, but he was like too cool smartass.
Yeah,
he wasn't geeky enough.
He wasn't geeky enough.
There's no arrogance to it.
Yeah.
Sorry guys, I'm like yelling. My bad.
There's a little bit of that. Yeah, I can see that. But I thought they were done so well, you know what I mean? And the ending of the second Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movie, I thought was fucking perfect.
Matrix amazing.
It was so he's just beaten Electro, right? Spoilers. He's just beaten Electro.
I'm fucking saying it.
How have you not seen this by now? And the Green Goblin turns up and he realizes that Gwen is Spider-Man's girlfriend and grabs her and ends up in the clock tower. She's falling. Oh my god! And
spoiler alert!
It was like, this is spoiler alert, man. I was in the cinema.
So I have to watch it now?
I was like, fuck. I was immersed. I was like, oh fucking hell! And he's reaching. He's trying to catch her. He doesn't catch her. Right? He doesn't. She hits the deck. He catches her. But she hits the deck. And she's
fell on the ground.
She's gone. And you're just like...
The Games of Thrones?
It was fucking perfect. If that had ended any other way, it would not have been as good. I was like, yes, that's exactly right.
No, sorry.
Because in real life, people fucking
This is Gwen's
die.
head. This is the floor.
Bang.
Well, okay, see, that is... You stirred the dog up. That's why I kind of give up on all these, like, Marvel things and that. Yeah. Because it is... Here's your hero, here's your bad guy. It's like, the big ending, it looks like the good guy's going to lose, but then some miraculous thing comes about and you know, something saves the day and everything's all lovey-dovey and
Irish is more American
happy
than
ending.
anything.
Yeah.
That never happens.
No.
See, I think, and that's why like Game of Thrones and things, because
people
that's why I
actually
took it off.
Yeah.
Because people, George R. R. Martin, no, that person should be taken out. Like,
Yeah.
you know, even in the beginning scenes, no, spoiler alert to you, but like big names, Sean Bean and that, like, they get taken out.
He gets taken out so early.
You're like, hang on, that's not supposed to happen.
Yeah, he's the big star.
Because I'm so used to watching Marvel and stuff, like, you know.
Yeah, but that's why it works.
And that's it. Like, there's not enough of that. Oh shit, that didn't work out moments in all of Marvel, in all of DC, and that's why I don't watch it, because I'm just like, you kind of you're wanting them to win, you're wanting them to do it, but it's sort of like, but it's just done again and again and again and again. It's just
one of my biggest pet peeves is
like, you know, you already know the ending.
Yeah, you know what's going to happen. But that's why.
So I didn't realise that somebody actually finally did one.
Well, that's and you do see it, and you see it in the new Spider-Man movies with Tom Holland. Not the tragedy as much. So you do see the tragedy, but it's also what you see. So Tobey Maguire, he gets beaten, but he battles on. I feel like with the Tom Holland ones, it was a lot more. The fighting was a lot closer. It was like, fuck, he might actually lose this one. It's like he's struggling so much just to get to what he's supposed to do.
Well, this is what I'm liking about the new one coming out, because it's well known through the comics that Spider-Man always holds back on his true strength because he doesn't want to hurt people. And they've like hinted through the trailers that he's let loose in this one. He's not holding back. So it's going to be interesting to see how those fight sequences go.
That's right.
Compared to the last few movies he's done. So. And Anastasia says Marvel has plot armor, which is true. I mean, time travel, the ultimate plot armor for them. They can always just go back in time. And
there's always a bit of that, But Marvel went to shit. We've discussed this before. You got up to take Captain Marvel out, for example, but up to Endgame, everything was good. And then after that,
that's what I mean. I've only watched, a quarter at least of what is out there, and I'm already
as long as you watch Ragnarok, that's all.
Ragnarok, I jumped at all the Thor ones.
You love the Viking stuff.
Nerd of it. But I just there was a comedic sort of take on some of that.
Still here, mate.
I started enjoying it, and then it went.
There was so much they could have done, or they could have expanded on. Would have made the Thors better, for example.
Big thanks to Swede for
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, mate.
But like the stuff that when Marvel was at its height, you had Captain America, the fight scenes again. They were done very well. They were choreographed so well. And I'm not necessarily saying you thought he was going to lose, but you felt like he was struggling and. It was tight, and it was, he always wins and stuff like that. But the fight scenes were that good that it kept you entertained. And it was everybody else
just a popcorn thing.
Ash wants to take one more dig at you. Imagine denying your motherland of England, Irish.
Not talking to you.
Captain, Thor, Falcon were worth watching, Anastasia says.
Captain, which?
Did you skip Ragnarok? You missed out on a good movie.
Was that Falcon and
Captain? Says Captain, Thor, Falcon were worth watching.
Oh, maybe she's referring there as well to the Falcon and the Winter Soldier TV series.
I missed
which
the other
I felt had potential, but it had politics in there.
Agent Carter.
I think I got a few episodes into it and then I got bored.
Fucking Loki was a good one.
I didn't like it.
I didn't even get into Loki at all.
You liked it, I didn't.
It was just
too much jumping around.
No, but that's just it. It was so different. It was something that has not been done. It wasn't good guy versus bad guy. It was
bad guy.
Well, bad guy that you kind of turns into a. Well, if you see him as a good guy, you're sort of on his team then. And just. It wasn't versing it. It was just sort of like all over, something completely new and different. Like I'm like, okay, I can watch this because it's not just the same old bullshit, fucking rinse repeat crap. Actually, we're speaking trailers. I finally saw the Odyssey trailer.
Oh yeah.
I pissed myself laughing.
Oh fuck, really?
Well, right at the end, see all the scenes and that, and I'm just like, you told me Elliot Page.
Oh, yeah.
Or whatever is in there. So I'm keeping an eye out. I'm like, bullshit. Not playing the Brad Pitt character. Come on, bullshit. So I'm keeping an eye out. there's all these big names. There's this big name, like, and at the end they got, scanning across the word Odyssey with like heads popping up. It's like the face of this big character, the face of this big character, the face of this big character. Yeah. The back with a helmet on, the back of Elliot Page, the face of this big character.
Yeah.
They don't want to show her
it was
him
a trailer.
on anything because they don't. It's obviously
they know what people are saying.
They've put it in there for political correctness reasons, but they know they're going to lose viewers, knowing that that's there. They're hiding her from it.
In saying that, I just watched a short clip of Elliot boxing, like doing a little bit of sparring. It's fucking fitter than me. Like, holy shit.
Oh, yeah, I get it.
Fitter than me.
Absolutely.
6-pack.
But this freaking high and was not long ago a woman. She is not fit to play.
Not long ago. She still is a woman.
God.
Come on.
Can you guys just
that
take
was
a
played
moment?
by Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
In his heyday.
Brad Pitt did that. That was a great. That was a movie. That was fantastic.
Brad Pitt was an amazing Achilles. But just follow my lead. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear. Ash. Happy birthday to you. Iris is gonna cop it.
Fine. Happy birthday to you.
We're talking about Odyssey, the new movie, and how a lot of people think Elliot Page should not be Achilles.
No.
The vast majority of people don't. There are certain roles that you shouldn't.
That's not a personal opinion. It is, you need a godly
I was a big fan
man.
of Ellen Page. I thought she was a very good actor.
Yes.
And like I couldn't fault her in anything I've seen her in. I think she does very well.
Yeah, great as an actress, yeah.
But she went political, and obviously she has her own issues, and I don't judge her for that.
Yeah. Yeah, none of what we're saying is about.
It's not about
ragging on her.
I hope
transition.
I hope she gets the help that she needs and she deserves. No problem with that.
She finds her.
It was the fact that she uses her platform then to encourage others.
Yeah, exactly.
There are going to be other kids out there
promoting it.
That's the problem. But
yeah, ridiculous. And then wants to play again a masculine god.
Yeah.
No. Wait, and
he's gonna cop it.
And then again with so many big names in that movie, to do that, it's like I would have loved to have seen Brad Pitt back in that fucking position.
Yeah.
So imagine
he's probably a bit too old, but I get what you're saying. Yeah,
you can't have Brad Pitt. Who do you choose?
That's a good question. I mean,
synchronized side there. Yeah. I'm not up to date with actors.
What's his name?
Who played Superman?
Oh, yeah, and The Witcher. Maybe. Yeah, General.
Maybe,
What's his name?
Henry Cavill.
Yes.
Yeah, Cavill. I reckon Cavill's good Achilles. Give him a bit of long hair.
That wouldn't be bad. Although Achilles is made for speed, and he's a bit tank. Like, you kind of need somebody a bit more skinnier and whatnot.
Maybe, yeah. There was that fella, he was in that Housemaid movie with Sydney Sweeney. I can't think of his name.
Alan Rickson?
Alan who?
Oh.
Alan Rickson?
Not Rickman.
Not Rickman. Well, he's gone.
He's gone.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
Robert just said it. I don't know what he means.
But there'd be somebody out there. Somebody who's
Jacob
who's
Elordi.
built,
Who's
but
Jacob
who's
Elordi?
like,
I don't know.
I won't say John Bernthal. I don't think that would suit. But somebody who's built.
Yeah.
Sweet,
he's
gave us a new Heart Me look. Guys, send your Heart Me's through so we can see what the new Heart Me looks like.
Ooh,
Jacob Elordi. Do you guys know who Jacob Elordi is?
No.
I've heard the name.
Jess is saying that'd be a good take for Achilles.
I'm not sure. I can't think. I can't picture him.
Denise
in my head.
says we like to call ya. Welcome in.
Hello.
Top of the morning to you.
No Irishman ever. Yeah. Who do you think for Achilles? I'm not sure. I don't know. But there was other characters that put Zendaya in as Athena.
Wrong. That's completely bad.
Completely wrong.
It's got nothing to do with like any sort of racial stuff. It's just got to do with law and canon. Yeah. Like stick to the canon.
You have to stick to the canon. Same thing I said about the Harry Potter series.
And
with Black Snake.
Okay.
No.
And How to Train Your Dragon, the live action.
Yeah. They changed.
Like it is a blonde-haired, blue-eyed Nordic girl.
Yeah.
And they put
And they put in.
And again, it's not a race thing. It's No, it doesn't fit.
Doesn't fit in Vikings time. It doesn't
story
fit.
line.
New IPs that are more diverse. Stop changing old IPs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Take some of the stories. There's fucking thousands of them out there that you could make a movie out of.
Exactly, yeah.
There's folklore all across the world.
Shoehorning fucking PC into everything is just
God.
ridiculous. It ruins so much.
Here's another one. Little Mermaid, right? That one came
That
out.
was another one.
Now, the live action, if they...
He's on a rampage,
It's a
guys.
Danish story. I'm sorry, but no. Black girl doesn't
Yes,
suit
yeah,
for that,
yeah.
right? And here's the thing that people don't actually really think about. Everybody complains about the race swapping thing and all that. Number one thing that happens is that actress, no matter how good she is, she's instantly demonized. She's instantly, this doesn't work.
Yeah.
She's fighting an uphill battle. She's never going to win.
And that's just it. Like, you would think as an actress, you would turn around and say, no, I'm not fit for that role.
Yeah.
Like, that's going to be a black mark on my name.
Exactly.
To do something like that. So I'll yeah.
She's still young. You could probably forgive her for it.
Although the lady that played the octopus chick in the Little Mermaid movie, fucking bang on. She was like perfect for that role.
No, I haven't seen it.
You could say that, yeah. But the I forgot what I was going to say there. Completely out of my head. Black girl.
Well, even the How to Train Your Dragon one. Again, the twins. Like, you know, in the original movies, absolute pair of them look like each other, scrawny, male female twins.
Yeah.
In this one, scrawny bloke, very heavy set lad.
Yeah.
Like, what are you trying to achieve here? Like, again, she did a fantastic job acting.
Yeah.
But I mean, what are you trying to achieve here by shoehorning that in? And then I was watching, I think the series or one of the later movies, and that character is making a joke about how skinny and hot she looks and stuff like that. I'm like, well, how's that going to work out if you continue
Sweet
this on?
Thank you for all the gifts, buddy.
I don't get it.
Appreciate it.
It just doesn't work. There are certain roles.
You're annoying, but you want to make money on movies, and yet you go out of your way to annoy people, to appease other people,
to appease the political ones who are pushing it. Yeah.
Like, it's just...
it's the invasion of the HR departments of people who are under this, and they say to the executives, you have to have this or you're going to lose money. And the executives listen. And now they've obviously realised now we're losing fucking money. So it's stopping.
I think
slowly but
blaming
surely
women.
Norm moves.
Are you blaming women? Because you brought up HR departments, and we know who the hell is in HR departments.
Isn't that a bit of a stereotype to say that all HR departments are full of women?
No.
No, that's a fact.
Oh, it's a fact when you say it. But when I mansplain about how
Sweet
women,
says stop
the
listening to
matriarchy, are leading to the downfall of society.
I struggle to get through movies too, Jess. Like, I don't know, it must be an old age thing.
I love a good movie, and I love immersing myself in the movie, and completely, this is where having surround sound in the house, it would be magic. Immersing yourself in it, and you forgetting everything else around you.
I'll mix that question up a little bit, Jess, but I will ask it.
I cannot do that with the vast majority of all the new movies.
Yeah.
Because they're terrible.
Well, that's my issue. Is like, I am very time poor. When I have a chance to sit down and watch a movie, it's very rare. So it really shits me when I sit down and watch a movie and it's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
So I get into the trap of, I just keep rewatching movies I know I like.
That you know you like. Yeah.
I want to enjoy myself for the next 2 hours. I'm going to make sure I do.
So that journal that Sav has in front of him, that's his little notebook for when he does the reviews that you can find on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's not to hide anything. Jess is asking, and I'm going to change up her question a little bit to make it a bit more interesting. What is the best movie you've seen in the last 5 years?
Best movie I've seen in the last
Well, I watched Lord of the Rings again last night. So.
Made in the last 5 years.
Made in the last 5 years. All right, that's going to require some thought.
Yeah.
Well, the last Spider-Man movie actually falls in that category.
Yes.
That was really well made. What else?
I think I'm out of this race.
Well, see, this is the problem, because there haven't been enough stellar movies in that time. I'm not saying I haven't watched good movies in that time, but the best one?
Something memorable?
I haven't watched it yet, but would Jackass count?
No.
Can't wait to see that.
So the ad for Night on the Scotch, I'm a little bit tech dyslexic at the moment, but if you look up Night on the Scotch on YouTube, we do a lot of whiskey reviews on there. And we've got a few highlights from the...
A few highlights from the shows. We've got a few skits, a couple things up there. We're going to have more up there. We're just, as we're
working on
time poor.
Sweet agrees with Irish. He says he can't remember the last movie to draw him in.
Yeah, I genuinely... Like, I mean, I've seen some good movies in the last few years. The Tender Bar I thought was quite good, with Ben Affleck. That was pretty good. I've seen, obviously, the Spider-Man movie I mentioned there before. The Bank of Dave, that's an entertaining movie. But nothing that I can truly say was, kind of blew the mind or kind of... Like Inception was a great movie.
Yeah, I was about to say, we've had like Inception and Interstellar and stuff like that, but that's a bit...
They're all older,
Older than that, yeah.
I can't say the new Project Hail Mary because I've read the book.
So. Blockbuster.
Yeah, it just says the same thing. Like nothing that I've been like, oh my god, what?
Yeah.
But that's how bad the movies have been. There have been some good series in that time. I'm rewatching The Offer right now, which is about the making of The Godfather, which is great. I just watched with the missus a Harlan Coben one, which is actually, if you're ever on Netflix, Harlan Coben stuff is generally pretty good.
What about you, Anastasia?
We just watched I Will Find You. Now, I didn't quite like the way they ended it, but the show itself is very good. You know what I mean? So there are good things out there still. It's just that there's so much utter shite as well.
There is one, actually. I think Predator Badlands gets a bad rap. I think Badlands was really good.
You said and thought it was really good. Yeah.
Predator Badlands was good.
I like it.
It's a standalone. If you step away from the canon.
Yeah. And see, I couldn't get past that. I kept looking at it. I'm like, he just looks stupid. I can't get over it.
Yeah.
Harlan Coben.
Harlan Coben, yeah.
N says, I love Harlan Coben. Oh my God.
Yeah.
The new recent one is amazing.
Yeah,
Ash,
I Will Find You.
What am I doing, Ash?
Apex actually was done very well. We were talking about it the other week. That one with Taron Egerton and Charlize Theron.
Oh, Apex, yeah.
Apex. That was done very well.
But even then, that's not like I'm going to go watch that again.
Oh, no.
That's like I watched that and it was great.
Yeah.
Not
I enjoyed that. If I see it in 10 years, and it's scrolling like, oh, I remember. Actually, yeah, I watched that. That was pretty good.
Irish hates Guinness because he only likes Pimm's.
Back up. Ash.
Anastasia, did you give us a movie that you've watched recently you enjoyed? I watched and read the same shit over and over because I haven't found a recent one that I'm grossed in.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
It's like that, isn't it? Yeah.
Up the dubs.
Up the dubs. Who's saying that?
N.DXX06.
N.DXX.
Yeah, that's probably like Jonathan in Irish or something.
Nice.
Is N.CXXXX whatever?
Yeah, well, if you can name a good one.
Does he do the Times crossword regularly? That's how you find out if he's a
Swede, you're on top. Swede's right. TV series, like mini series lately. Is it mini series?
Mini series. That's the way to go now. Yeah.
Is it series?
Well, this is series. That's why
way better.
I thought there was when I first heard about the Harry Potter TV series. I was like, oh, that'd be great. They can fit in everything. She's written extra stories that she never included in the books. She'd be able to include them all. Then they race swap tonight.
I had the same thought of Rings of Power. Oh, here's some history.
I don't know if this is Irish,
filling in all the gaps and whatnot. No, it's just,
how do you pronounce Niamh in Irish?
Niamh. Neve.
Neve. Oh, it's one of those fucking
Neve.
Sorry, Neve.
Neve is a beautiful name.
I'm reading it out as Niam, like an idiot.
Spelt like that.
Fucking this guy.
It would be a fucking good name.
Neve is a beautiful name. The Irish women's names are fucking
Is that a female name?
That is a female name.
Oh, okay.
So Neve.
Neve is fine.
Sorry, Neve.
Beautiful name. Like Blonde is another great one. I've always liked.
Cocaine Bear. Anastasia says Cocaine Bear. That wasn't a good movie.
Fuck's sake. Yeah.
I mean, a bit of a laugh. But
yeah.
I didn't actually watch it, but yeah. Probably the Sharknado category.
Yeah. I mean, it's just movies have changed so much, and like we were talking about Toy Story last week, and it was the level of detail they went into, the effort they put in was phenomenal. And then, I mean, you've always got
it was
people like Ben Affleck, people like Tom Hanks and Matt Damon. When you see them in a movie, you think this is worth a chance. Because these guys are so good. Yeah. It's not that everything they do is
they're in a position where they can say no to the shit.
Exactly. Yeah. So that makes a massive difference, which means usually when they've thrown their weight behind a movie, it's because it should be something
They
good.
know it's going to be good.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that helps, but it's the quality of acting, and obviously CGI is a lot better now, but in a lot of ways CGI ruins stuff.
The Boys was good.
You know what I mean? It doesn't make it special. Doesn't make it. You're not as in depth in the story as. All right, Star Wars. Okay. Now, yeah, the original series. Everybody has their preference between the original and the later series, which they preferred. Right. I grew up on Phantom Menace, Clone Wars, and Revenge of the Sith. Right. Still love the original trilogy.
Yeah.
But Revenge of the Sith was always my favourite because I like the dark element to it, where he goes evil and he's marching in, and then there's the fight. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah. You and your hedges.
The newer ones came out. So we're just talking about the trilogies here, right? Force Awakens, and I was so excited. Like, I mean, I got the 2 tickets. The missus had a Christmas party.
You know,
fuck her. Took one of the lads along, and you know what I mean.
Hang on,
I was really looking forward to it. And then they made an absolute bags of it. Now, I suffered through the Last Jedi, and I suffered through The Rise of Skywalker. But I'm not being funny when you see the difference, right? Full house for The Force Awakens. The Rise of Skywalker, I counted. There were 13 people in the cinema.
That's amazing, because that's as high as he can count.
That's right.
It's either
I counted 13.
There was more, but I couldn't.
But in that time, 8 people left. Fuck. I would have been number 9. I was quite literally just sitting there. I just need to see how it ends. That's it. I didn't enjoy a minute of it. The entire franchise was killed for me.
Well, Jess loves Kylo, so there's that.
Yeah. Fucking Kylo. But this is what the point I'm making.
Yeah.
The quality of the film. They went, it must be bigger than the last one. It must be flashier. It must be CGI.
Yeah.
If they'd just gone with a tighter story, they could have had everything exactly the same, but just had a tighter guerrilla warfare style schism between the Jedis, where they're killing each other and they've got a few supporters, and that would have worked so well. It would have been. You could have made it dark and psychological.
Like, how can we make this look good rather than how can we make the story good?
Sweet says they keep milking the hell out of the originals. I think it's they've twisted it too much.
It's like
they've ruined
the originals were written because somebody had an idea. Now it's like the idea's there, so they're just
popping them out.
Yeah.
No, Kylo and Rey.
No,
they're not for me, Jess.
No, I think again.
I mean, they made the first.
They could have.
But if
the storyline had been
exactly
better.
That latest trilogy made episode 1, 2, and 3 look great. Like that's pretty wild to make 1, 2, and 3 look great.
It made them. It destroyed. I watched Star Wars then because my kids were old enough. This year or maybe it was the end of last year, we watched the Star Wars series. Did the originals first, and the kids enjoyed them.
Is it safe?
Now I think my young lad was still a bit too young, but anyway, we watched them all, and the whole way through. And I used to love Star Wars. I was actually
how old are you, Jess?
That entire franchise has been killed for me.
Yeah.
I do not scroll through and think, oh fuck it, I'll throw on Star Wars. I don't do it anymore. I just cannot get back to it.
I was actually quite proud
just
of
a Brit with a shamrock skin. Look, the thing with 1, 2, and 3, Jess, they weren't great. So when that second trilogy being the prequels, when they first came out, everyone hated them. They were absolutely. There was nothing that you could relate back to the older. 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah, because that was such a hit, and then it was very different.
It was very different.
Yeah,
it was a darker theme to the second trilogy.
And it was more political and more like background story and all the rest of it, rather than
Hayden Christensen was
into the fight.
Considered a terrible Darth Vader at the time. He was Anakin. A terrible Anakin, I should say. Sorry.
I think he did all right.
But then he became the face of Darth Vader.
He did become that. Yeah. But I thought they did. I thought they did the transition quite well.
I still love it.
There were still things they could have changed. Things they could have done better.
Yeah, but again, it was sort of
Jar Jar ruined. Ruined it all.
But I mean, you're thinking like these originals were made decades ago, and then they had to try and make the rest of the story work to get to that point. Back at start. So I don't know.
It's a hard thing to do a prequel up to that stage.
Yeah.
Say goodnight to
got a sufficient.
Ash, thanks, mate.
Good night.
Happy birthday, Ash.
Enjoy.
Happy birthday,
He
Ash.
did it.
Cheeky West.
Sweet says Hayden has a house in his small town.
Really?
Let's go read it.
Nice.
All right.
We could interview him.
Oh, is he evil now?
Let's find
Have you
out.
boys seen Neil the Seal? ATO, I actually was going to do a fact or fiction headline tonight, which we're not going to do tonight. And Neil the Seal was one of the headlines, so I'm not going to use it next time.
There you go.
Neil the Seal, he's causing some havoc out there. If you guys know Neil the Seal?
Nope.
He's a big 1-ton seal. Is it in Tasmania? And he just goes around walloping shit with his chest. You know how seals they just hit shit with their chest? He's like knocking into houses, knocking into like street signs and shit, hitting people's cars with his chest. And, he's running riot out there. You guys got to check it out. Neil the Seal, he's a great seal. National treasure.
And where is that?
cheering for
In
him.
Tasmania.
Fuck, I knew they were weirdos in Tasmania. But
Yeah, I know Neil the
Seal, I love
Seal. Kylo was hot as fuck. Kylo looked like a smashed crab. What are you talking about, Jess?
I didn't like Kylo at all.
Big face.
I will say I would
Great
give
actor, though.
Adam
Great
Driver.
actor. Adam Driver's a great actor.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't like him because of the movies, the Star Wars
Cones,
movies.
yeah, right.
I was like, fuck this. But then the missus wanted to watch that marriage movie. This is after the 3 Star Wars came out. She wanted to watch that marriage movie where he plays opposite Scarlett Jo. And I don't know if you noticed, I'm quite a fan of Scarlett Jo. All right,
No, I didn't know this.
but I said,
She's an actress.
really? But no, she wanted to watch the marriage movie, and fucking Jesus, divorced couple, whatever. It's got Adam Driver, and fucking. But I watched it, and again, I was like, I was like blown away how well they did that.
Yeah.
Because it was you seen the dynamic between the divorcing couple, and they're arguing, they're screaming at each other, and all the horrible things that couples say to each other, and I mean nobody here, obviously, but
Oh, that's relatable. Yeah.
the horrible things.
Not married. Don't know what you're talking about.
These arguments are in your future. But it was just done so well.
Yeah.
Great job.
Kylo Ren was a sook. All he did was cry the whole time, and then he killed his father. Like, what the hell?
There's a movie he was in,
What the hell?
like a medieval.
I'll bring that up.
Oh,
That's
maybe.
so sweet.
I can't remember the name of it. Was it Matt Damon was in there as well?
No, I don't know. If
what?
I can't remember now.
In what?
It's like this medieval movie, and Adam Driver's in it.
It's like a French one, wasn't it? Or it was
But it was like there was an issue with assaulting a wife or freaking whatever.
in the
medieval times.
The Last Duel, was it?
Something like that. Yeah.
I think they filmed that in Ireland as well. Actually,
I could imagine.
Yeah.
Like full of castles and stuff, but it was. They did so well. The actors did so well. Like Adam Driver in that too, because it's like, right, here's what happens from this person's perspective.
Yeah.
Then they replay the whole movie from this person's perspective.
Nice.
Then they replayed the movie from the woman's perspective, and so like the movie's played through 3 times, so they're playing the same.
Scenes.
They're playing the same person, but in completely different light. So as one actor is, the sweet and innocent person, then they come back under somebody else's perspective, they're the aggressor.
They're the aggressor, yeah.
Oh, fuck, they
That's
did a
very
great
good,
job.
yeah.
I mean, I don't think it ended the greatest. It kind of got a bit lost at the end, but
Hey, Rebecca.
it was so
What's
good to
going
see
on, girl?
like the same person playing the same person.
Yeah.
But in a different perspective. That was such a good idea.
But that's the type of thing you need to do with a movie. Hello, Rebecca, by the way.
Thank you.
No, that's the type of thing you want in a movie. You want something that's different.
Chelsea networking.
So there was another kind of like that
Welcoming
from
girl.
different perspectives, right? And it was a love story, and I can't remember where I first came across it. I think it's based on a book, Flipped, it was called. And it's about 2 kids who grow up together, ultimately fall in love, all that sort of thing. But it was from the love story from each perspective. So the girl always liked him from like a really young age, and he's running away from her, and thinks she's weird and all that, which natural.
All been there.
All men, if they've any sense. But no, so there's that, and then it switches and it shows her perspective, and she just really likes him because of X, Y, Z. And then it's his perspective, and then it starts, and you see it through the whole way, and it makes perfect sense why each character does the things that they do.
Yeah.
And then how they come together. I thought that was really, really works well.
That's good writing, the good directing
note
too
as
to
well,
make
guys.
it work.
Swedes
and the kids in it did a great job.
Swedes brought up Smokey and the Bandit was based on a true story, apparently.
Really?
Actually, I can see that.
I do have a few different ones. Robert says Black Landsman is his best performance. KKK. If you guys have ever seen that.
I still haven't watched it. Black KKK Klansman.
Kylo is not good looking. Jesus Christ. Jess.
Correct me if I'm wrong. The actor in it infiltrates the KKK, but he's black. Which, again, correct me if I'm wrong, is based on a true story. I want to say that. I'm not sure. Right? Yeah. I'm not sure.
Robert, he wants to just let you know he watched Black Widow for the plot.
For the plot, of course. Why else would you watch?
Jess says Flipped is such a good movie.
There you go. Yeah, Jess.
Cute movie, taste. I should say. Cute movie. But you know what movie I just thought of that I thought was one of my all-time favourite movies, probably top 5 for me. Have you guys ever watched Drive? With
I still haven't, but again, I know of it. And it was one of those ones that was recommended, and I, must watch that.
I'm thinking of
is that Gosling fella?
Gosling. Drive. Guys in chat, Drive. The best fucking movie. It is so good.
Haven't seen it.
You have to watch it. It is fucking amazing.
I've got a big list now.
There's a massive list. There's always a list.
The soundtrack for the movie, fucking amazing.
Actually, I think that's all I got was. Yeah.
Thanks, guys, for knowing about
a soundtrack
Drive.
While he's driving.
Yeah,
that's why I knew what that was.
But yeah, it's phenomenal. Like just everything artsy about it, the angles, like story, great movie.
There's so many ways as
it
well.
Was
this
unexpected.
Is the beautiful thing about a movie is there's so many different ways you can enjoy it. You can enjoy it for the acting. You can enjoy it for its relatability, for its excitement, for its action, and for the technical detail that went into it. So you just said there, camera angles and stuff. That put in mind Minority Report, right? Which was a great movie anyway, I think based on a book. Steven Spielberg in his prime. And there's a few different things. So at one point when he arrests the first fella and he's putting the halo on him, the camera angle shows the halo around it, and it shows your man who's about to get haloed and Tom Cruise. So it's like foreshadowing what's going to happen. There was a whole load of that all throughout the movie, and I thought it just really...
Love a good foreshadow.
Really well done. And then, because then when you watch it then the next time, you kind of notice these things and you go, oh, fucking hell, that's actually done. That's because of X, Y, Z. Yeah. There are so many ways you can enjoy a movie. And in the perfect movies are the ones that get it all right. They get the angles right, the actors just
sound
exactly the right person. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, all right, I bring it back to Harry Potter a lot, I know, but Minerva McGonagall, Maggie Smith as that perfect choice. Alan Rickman for Snape, perfect.
Alan Rickman.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Alan Rickman.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Robert's just asking, has anyone seen Till Death Do Us Part? Have you guys seen that movie? I don't think I've seen it.
I've heard of it, but I don't know.
I know Death Becomes Her. That was a freaking classic baby from back in the days. Goldie Hawn.
Yeah, an oldie.
Pistol just found a turtle in her garden.
Can you send it to us?
Send us a picture, please.
Yeah. I'm thinking the turtle.
I'll roll off these few comments. There have been a lot of comments, but I've just been letting you guys talk because it's a Wednesday. But we'll get these couple in because it's almost closing
for a good while.
Robert says, have you lads heard the news that Tobey Maguire will return in Doomsday in the Iron Spider-Man suit?
I haven't heard that. It would be interesting.
And Jess says Harry Potter can never be remade again because it was perfect.
No.
And Robert says it's mix Saw with romance for Till Death Do Us Part.
Yeah.
And Lord of the Rings as well. You can't remake Lord of the Rings. They've tried. They tried with the series. It was shit.
Yeah, it was shit.
You can't remake.
I didn't even know it was there.
What they made.
I didn't even try.
No, I agree. Lord of the Rings, first 3, they did them so well. I would like to see a remade just to see the Hobbits battle, but I accept they'll never probably be.
I watch those movies and I'm like, how was this made in 1999?
Yeah,
like,
again, we just watched it over the last few nights.
You watch them every other month. I mean,
I watch
because I asked my daughter, like, what theme party do you want for your next birthday party? Lord of the Rings.
There you go. Nice.
Is that right? Oh, we better watch it and
manually.
get some ideas.
Every Christmas holiday.
But yeah, it just still holds up.
Extended version 2. You got to go to the extended.
100%,
So it has to be
100%.
extended, yeah.
Yeah, there's so much you're missing out on if you're not watching the extended. Like, again, I only started watching the extended. I think last year was the first time I saw it. And I'm just like, there is so much more.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Robert claims the greatest bit of acting ever seen on screen is Cillian Murphy in The Wind That Shakes the Barley. Have you guys seen that?
Yes.
No, but Cillian Murphy is a fucking
Cillian?
phenomenon.
I thought it was
Cillian,
sorry.
fuck's sake.
Yeah, sorry.
I thought I fucked up. I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's who gave that comment? That's
Robert.
Robert, fucking Robert, you're spot on. Cillian Murphy is a phenomenal actor,
Yeah.
and The Wind That Shakes the Barley was a brilliant. I tell you what, right? So this is what we're saying, right? Technical detail, everything like that, right? The Wind That Shakes the Barley. So you don't know the history, okay? It's set in 1919 to 1921 in Ireland, 1923, through the War of Independence and the Civil War. Okay, so this is ordinary men who joined the original. I'm not even sure if we're allowed to say IRA on.
He is not Cillian Murphy.
The original army, right? And originally fighting the Brits, right?
It's that.
And what you see in the movie is you see ordinary lads who are kind of pushed into it for various reasons, laws that were around at the time, the way they were pushed around and bullied by the soldiers, things like that. And then the atrocities that happened, different things like that. But the reason why I think it was so well made was because these boys were ordinary fellas. When they were trying to sort everything out, there's a great scene in it.
Aaron.
They've set up a court.
Welcome in, Aaron.
And they're charging people criminally, right? So they've ousted the Brits and they're set up this court and they're doing what they should be doing, right? And then there's an argument over whether or not this banker should be imprisoned for overcharging interest on somehow a woman, right? This type of thing. But what you see is the argument between the head of the column, he doesn't have a rank, but just say the officer, and the enlisted soldiers. And they're arguing about it. But what you see in the acting is, you see him kind of stuttering and stumbling as he's making his points. And it's a realistic argument. It's not everybody has their points exactly correct and they deliver them perfectly. And it's him. He's walking around. He's like this. He's going, you know,
Jesus Christ.
I'm falling around. He's like that.
Like a drunk.
You know, he's like Teddy, I'll follow. Any command. I'll walk off a cliff if that's what you want me to do. But sure as hell, better respect this court. That's what he's like. He's like, obviously I'm not doing it as well, but he's stuttering and he's stumbling and he's.
That was a
making
good
mistakes.
bit of acting. We're gonna have to clip that.
All right.
There you go.
We'll clip that.
But
And
that's
we'll run
what
it
you
next
see in
time.
it, and it was so well done. And yeah, Cillian Murphy, fuck, he did a great job.
Yeah.
Sorry,
a few little things.
Bit long-winded.
Just says, you're raising your kids right, Sav. She's wearing a Lord of the Rings t-shirt right now. She also says Irish kind of gives Cillian Murphy vibes. It could be the hat. I think it's just the hat.
Yeah.
Sav is too unique. He don't look like anyone I can think of. He looks like any dude you'd find in a pub in Australia.
Or lumberjack.
You're neither unique nor are you,
He's all
common.
plain face with a beard.
Any bearded man. Sap. Oh, sorry.
What's his real name? Ragnar? Yeah. Ragnar Lothbrok, yeah.
You're bucking this up there.
And Niall says, I miss that scene in Toy Story, the one that you just... redid.
I love it.
It's the art of searching your soul to find the perfect way to...
Niall, he's got the gift for this. Well done, lad. Well done.
I've just been watching, finally started watching Peaky Blinders.
No, yeah.
And he does a fantastic job in that. And I mean, I think I'm only on the second season, but through the first season, I think I've said this to you, I'm just like, I can't think of anybody else that could have played that the way they did, because it was so...
Fill the scene.
He can be so deadpan.
Yeah.
That it's like... He's up to no good, but he's trying to do good, and this, and it's like dealing with a snake or something. It's like, you don't know if they're good or bad because they're so plain faced. You can't tell. A dog can wag its tail, so you know what it's actually thinking.
It's a poker
snake,
face.
Yeah. So he's like that. He can be so plain faced, but still fit the scene without look like he's trying to be stiff or anything like that. And
It just goes on to what Robert's saying.
So
It's
damn
the
well.
art of searching your soul to find the perfect way to fill the scene.
Way,
Oh,
there's
nice.
some
That's
words.
very profound.
Yeah.
Nice.
That come in good timing there.
Yeah.
That is actually
This is a
perfect.
good
Yeah,
song.
that is absolutely perfect.
But that's right. And he
I'm
does
on
do that very well. He commands the scene. Now,
Yeah,
it's
and
funny.
especially like he's got that older brother that's like meant to be above him, but
Yeah.
is kind of like
But he's
erratic
actually a bit of a head
and
case.
this and that.
That's
and,
right,
and just working off him and everything.
Yeah, I think there's a scene in the first one where somebody walks in. All right, now I think I know who the boss is. He's kind of like, you're too angry, you're too young. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it must be you.
And again, there's no reaction; it's just deadpan.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
But it's
well, it's funny. Funny you describe him there. It's like you said. It's like a snake. He is currently. I don't think he's assigned yet, but he's tipped to play Voldemort in the series.
Thanks, Swede.
And
Catch you later, brother.
So well.
Bye,
sorry,
Swede.
yeah, thanks,
Sorry, Swede. Thank you very much.
Always love having you in.
Good luck and good night, or good morning.
Catch you in the next one. Have you been jumping into Swede's lives at all?
No, I've not had much time to get onto anything.
If you ever do,
lately,
make
but
sure you
yes,
drop in.
I always,
You two Irish, if you ever.
I always get invites, and I'm like, shit, I can't get it right now. But yeah, I do have to pop in.
Yeah,
I'll be popping in as well, Swede.
Fuck, I want to. Yeah, I love your stuff.
yeah. We're just
It's such a bad time.
it's just
time of
timing.
day.
Yeah.
I'm always at work,
Yeah.
but yeah.
But yeah, sorry, Killian. So if he played his now, this
Thanks,
is
Swede, mate.
assuming the other fucking
Have a good
horrible
one.
rumors they're making Voldemort
Wait,
a woman. Are not
Let us know about the coasters too.
But Killian Murphy.
Oh yeah.
As Voldemort.
Actually,
Fire is getting
Voldemort or Snape. I reckon he could play either.
Oh, he
of
could
them.
play either. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, he could. But I think Voldemort works because he's older, right? Not too old, but he's older, and he's got that same. You could see that face fitting into a Voldemort mask. You could see him embodying that, and he, like you said, he commands the room in the scene. He's got that deadpan
He's a
look.
little obsessed with killing.
That's what you want with
Yeah.
Voldemort. You want somebody who commands the room.
It's sort of like deadpan, but you can still see it. It sounds poxy here, but like through their eyes, like what they're trying to fucking
You see the
portray.
malice. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
So
yes.
with Voldemort, you need to see. So this is one I always say. I'm never sure if it's Ralph or Rafe, but I think it's Rafe Fiennes who did Voldemort in the movies. Goblet of Fire, Voldemort Returns. In
You're
the
right,
books,
Jess,
it's a calamitous moment. He's walking around the Death Eaters. He's telling the story. He commands the scene.
Yeah.
And you can see them shuddering as he walks past. Like they're all afraid of him.
Yeah.
In the movie, he's like racing around. He's darting between them. He's shouting at them. He's not in command. He's not in control.
Yeah.
He plays the anger well. I think that's more down to the writing. It's not down to Rafe.
Yeah. And again, it's watching it too, so it's just like, well, your focus is there.
Yeah.
You know, but
He's focusing around. But
It will be hard
if you
to replace
compare it
Ralph
to
Fiennes for sure.
the sixth season of The Walking Dead, when Negan is introduced, they're kneeling down on the ground. There's like a good 10 or 15 minutes before the episode actually ends.
Yeah.
You know, you sent your people, kill my people. I sent my people to kill your people. Then you killed more of my people. And he's in command. He's walking around.
Yeah.
He's
Didn't
got
like
the bat.
Negan.
He's, you know.
Didn't like him.
You didn't like him as
Nah.
Negan, no?
No.
I thought he was brash. He was a bit, you know.
It was a little too
boisterous
much.
and-
It was a little bit too much overacting for my
A
liking.
little bit, but I think in that scene it really worked. He was because you were fucking. Who the fuck is he gonna kill?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will admit that
Why hasn't
scene,
he killed everybody?
That
you know?
that lineup scene was pretty wild.
It was great.
but everything
That's-
after that was just sort of like, well.
Yeah.
It was
There's
like
a lot of swagger and a lot of bullshit, kind of like a teenage villain in a sense.
Yeah.
A little bit of that.
But I guess like in an apocalyptic world, like he's probably not like that, but he's putting that on.
Yeah,
To be
the
commanding, to be
that's
you know,
right,
to
yeah.
be in
Fed
front of it
spaghetti.
all.
Yeah, which works.
It can't. Yeah.
Just says, me and Irish would definitely have beef, or would constantly have beef about movies. I can just tell.
You're right.
He had
Well,
swagger. He did have
Jess,
swagger.
it's hard when you're wrong about everything. You know.
Oh, jeez. Irish is hardcore to it. Usually I'm the prick.
If I'm going to be a YouTube star, I need to be a bit of a diva.
I don't know, but Jess has really terrible taste in men. She likes Negan. She likes Kylo. Like, the weirdest dudes.
Straight away. Install it for
One's
free.
too old, one's too tall.
Guys, it is 10 past 10.
Is it?
Oh,
I'll let you chat for a little bit longer.
Jesus, we never got past movies.
no, we were just flying through.
19. We're about to close up shop.
19. I was about to ask West Side.
When
I was looking at the kid. I'm like, where's she been?
You like weird?
Where's Thatcher?
Well, that's why you like
Look at everybody.
We are the three weirdest guys on TikTok.
Whoa.
Actually, not the weirdest.
Whoa.
but
Let's not take that
the
word.
weirdest. I've seen some weird
most
shit on TikTok.
entertaining.
How you been, 19? Are you feeling better?
Yes.
But yeah, just to finish it off, I think it was down to the writing. Ray Fiennes didn't have the time to really sit in that role and really,
Ooh, Robert.
and to a certain extent, maybe they were aiming to not
Good to hear, 19.
overly scare some of the younger kids who were watching the movies. But that's the moment you're supposed to feel the terror.
Yeah.
Next
Oh,
trivia
Lord.
night will be Saturday.
And I think
Robert?
Cillian Murphy would sit
Saturday
in
night.
that so well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's nothing erratic about him. It's commanding. It's yeah.
Oh, you figured out Discord? Nice.
It just I just think it works. I hope they get it right. I fear they won't.
No.
Ralph Fiennes did it perfect.
He's a great villain. He's a brilliant actor.
Yeah.
And he was a great choice for Voldemort. I just don't think the writers gave him enough scope to really sit
Until he
in
got to.
Yeah. Well, actually, there's another one. The opening scene in the 7th movie, and they're sitting around the table.
No worries, Robert.
He
Can't wait
shouts at
for it.
Wormtail, "Have I not told you about keeping our guests quiet?" He's shouting that. But in the books, he just says it.
Yeah.
Wormtail, have I not told you about keeping our guests
Did you
quiet?
find
yeah,
anything
yeah.
out, 19?
You feel
It's
you
like,
feel the fear.
Yeah. Everyone's fearful of it, so it's
Yeah. You don't. He doesn't. If you're really menacing, you don't need to shout.
Yeah, you don't
know
need to
what I mean?
betray it.
Exactly.
You don't
You
need
just
to
need to be
announce
like,
it.
good I
Yeah.
do. 19 went investigating last Friday, she says.
Ooh,
There
tell
you
us
go.
more. Tell us more.
Yeah.
What you find?
Who'd you find?
Is that goal? Is
Oh yeah. When did you find?
There we go. Look at that.
New stuff.
Well done, sir.
So 19 did
Why
some
did you
investigating. She thinks she had a cheeky spirit come through.
A cheeky
cheeky
spirit.
Cheeky one.
Not a scary one, but that's
Must be
okay.
one of my mates.
We don't
I
want
like
it to
it,
be.
yeah.
Cheeky's
Cheeky's
okay.
good.
Yeah.
Robert says there's nothing scarier in a villain scene than all the other villains sitting in absolute silence.
Yeah. It builds the tension.
Yeah.
Because if the scary
Just
character
paranormal
is afraid of
investigations
this
test.
character, you're fucking afraid.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing about it. I
Yeah,
think
And that
that's-
comes back to full circle with the Joker when he
Yeah.
walks into the mobsters.
Yeah.
And
He's
he
not
just
afraid.
controls the room.
That's
Exactly,
right.
yeah.
They try and send him out, and he straight away takes command. He
Yeah.
kills your man. It's just so quick with a pencil.
Mate,
Yeah.
with Irish's acting skills, we could make a movie.
Okay. Can we make our own Harry Potter movie?
Let's make a movie.
See, you're over here being flamboyant and shit. I'm being commanding. Sitting
No,
I think we could pull off a mini series on TikTok.
I think we could do that.
I think we do that if we come up with a good screenplay.
Yeah. I'm working on skits at the moment for the YouTube channel.
She said the spirit that came through was named Kevin.
Okay.
Well, actually, I'm working on a little skit on a man named Kevin. He's a professional commenter. It'll be coming soon.
Oh,
Professional TikTok commenter named Kevin. A little skit I'm working on.
is this a bit like Titania McGrath?
Who the fuck is that?
Have you not heard of that?
No.
Oh, that was a great one. Andrew Doyle, he's an English comedian, and he's a writer. He's got a couple of good books. The New
South of
Puritans.
Baltimore.
Talks about how people politically are targeting people like the witch trials in Salem. Really good. But he created a character on Twitter called Titania McGrath, and basically the wokest of the woke you could possibly imagine. That was Titania McGrath.
Okay.
And everything he put up like a crazy post, and 6 months later there'd be a real news story that somebody was doing the same thing.
That's
all that
hilarious.
woke shit that
is
we
awesome.
kind of go, are you fucking joking me? How are they? He was putting it up, taking the piss out of them, but then they ended up doing it.
Oh god.
It was like, oh, he nailed them all.
Was it encouraging him?
No, I don't know. Gave them ideas.
Yeah,
maybe.
is this what I mean? It was a catalyst.
I
Like,
don't know.
I've got a couple of comments.
I'll have to look up some specific examples to share. Go on.
What are you talking about, Rangy? I don't know what 20% means. Jess says Sav should play Voldemort. Irish should play Ron.
I'm not shaving.
Rangy, what did I miss?
No.
What did I miss?
I want Voldemort. I want that. I'll shave for that. Fuck.
You're a ranger. You You just
I have no soul.
You're a
default
Ranger,
into
you
have no
Ron.
soul. That's
You've
certain.
defaulted to Ron.
No,
As
come
long as
on.
I can play Hermione.
If I don't have a soul, it's perfect for Voldemort. All right, come on.
De Niro as Capone in Untouchables, baseball bat scene.
That was pretty good.
Thrasher
Yeah,
says.
that was a great movie as well. The Untouchables.
And
Don't
19,
tell me you haven't seen The Untouchables.
you got locked in a morgue freezer. What the fuck?
Oh, fuck.
Hang on, that's more interesting. What the?
Yeah, don't try and get out of this.
19 got locked in a morgue freezer.
I think you need a better cameraman.
Is this
And
the
Small
cheeky-
Town Royalty says, guys, be safe out there. I hear there's Teikalu cats out there. The frick is a Teikalu cat?
I don't know what that is.
Are we talking the Panthers?
Panthers in down south.
Yeah.
No,
Untouchables had Sean Connery, had Kevin Costner. It's set in Chicago in the Prohibition times.
And it's about some cops.
Yeah, cops chasing Al Capone.
And they
1987.
ruthless cops, like bad guy cops.
Oh, yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
Really good. Put that top of your list. That's a great one.
Fucking hell.
You know,
Might
there's
be
a
a
book.
decent
I can't do Sean
That's
Connery,
too
but that's the line. He puts one of your guys in the hospital. He sent one of theirs to the morgue.
Oh, I've heard that line.
Yeah, you heard that line. Yeah, that's what it's from.
Ah,
It's too
okay,
good.
yeah.
19 says, I volunteer to do it. It was interesting, and my head was on the original wooden head block.
Oh,
It's creepy.
head block in a meat locker. I'm confused. Why would it be in the meat locker?
Well, you
Wouldn't they kill them and then
to carry it so far.
transport it?
Guys, it is quarter
Touche,
past 10.
sir. Touche.
We got to call it. I'm getting cold here. I've been standing here for fucking 2.5 hours, 3 hours.
I didn't realize it was so late.
That's right. Fair enough.
Again, we never got off movies. We
No,
never did
but
trivia.
we're just
talked
that
about
good.
anything else.
And we haven't
Rangy,
even
what did I
scratched the
miss?
surface.
I can't see what I
Join us
missed.
next week where we talk about 90s movies that Sav apparently hasn't seen. Right?
Excuse me, sorry about
I'm
that.
going to sit here silent again.
Well,
It's not Lethal Weapon.
You've
Come on.
got
I do want to thank everyone that gifted. We got a lot of big gifts tonight.
Thank you very much,
thank
everybody,
you.
for that
Yeah,
tonight.
well,
Yes.
people
Thanks for
that
letting
have
us
left
know,
already.
Chris.
Yeah.
Far
Thrash is at the top right now, but Jaxie was the biggest gifter.
Nice.
Thrasher,
Yeah.
Robert Armstrong, 19,
top.
and Jess. Everyone else that gifted and watched the show.
Absolutely.
Nice.
you guys
Thank
so
you,
much.
everybody. Hopefully you
Hang out.
enjoyed it.
Yeah. Again, we'll let you know what's happening next week. We have a big footy match to compete with, so we're not going to compete with it because I won't be doing anything but watching it.
Don't try and sugarcoat things. We don't want to take viewership away from the state of origin. It's too
That's
important
right.
for Channel
That's
9.
right.
It's the only time anybody watches them. So
Also, the chances of me being here Saturday are slim, but I will try to make it. I might be a bit later than usual. Come in. If you
we'll
guys
figure
are
out.
on
Yeah, we'll
Saturday.
figure out.
yeah,
what
we have to
we're
work
doing
out
over the
Saturday.
weekend.
Yeah.
See you guys.
So thanks for joining.
Yes.
Thanks.
Thank you, everybody, for
so
joining
much.
us, and we'll
Thanks for
see
the
you again.
gifts. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for the likes.
Absolutely. Welcome in
Oh.
anybody new, and remember
Yes.
we are on YouTube.
Yes.
There are some live clips up there. There will be more skits and whiskey reviews.
No worries, Robert.
Yeah.
I should be here Saturday because I do want to do trivia. Robert's keen for some trivia.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can make that happen.
Jess says you guys
Take me
were
on.
fun as fuck, even if I didn't agree with half the things Irish said.
Fuck Jess and Ash tonight.
19.
Everybody hates me.
Make sure you do a video on your little investigation you did too. That'd be cool. To get a
Yeah,
video out
sure.
on.
All right, everybody. I'm waiting to take a drink here. Come here.
Oh yeah.
Cheers, everybody.
How cool is this? This hat has kept me warm tonight. It's such a good hat. All right, guys.
All right.
Right. Thank
Good
you,
luck, everybody.
Cheers.
Have a
God
good night,
bless.
guys.
Here we go.